Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to go through all of the books I would like to read for 2026. Some of the ones we have on this list are ones I've put off, I've been super excited for, and some I just haven't picked up yet. So, although this list is a little bit short, I am being realistic and I hope you can stick with me and give me some good luck to see if we can get through these books before 2026. Let's get into it. So, excuse the lighting, I have no idea what I'm doing with this because it is literally 3:30 in the UK, and although outside is lovely and bright, it is not in here. So we're going to have to deal with having a little bit of a light on. We've got my twin back here, she's staying for the video. Let's get to it. So, we are going to start with the second book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series, which, yes, I have a bookmark in, yes, it's coming up in a video soon. This is in the category of books I'd like to read to finish a series. Now, we've either got like middle of the series or end of the series in here, and a lot of them are pretty much in that category because I have a lot of series that I need to finish. So, starting with Swift and Saddled by Lyla Sage. This is about Ada, who is an interior designer, and she goes to work on a new project. She makes out with a guy in a bar and turns up to work the next day to meet her new boss, who is said guy in bar. Yeah, so this I'm very excited for. When I read Rebel Blue, the first one, Done and Dusted, oh here it is, Done and Dusted, I speed read through it and I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did, but oh my goodness, it was fantastic. And so that's why it kind of makes sense to have all three of these books on my Let's Get To before 2026, because I can read them quite quickly. I think having had quite a few of these characters spoken about in Done and Dusted, it's given me quite a bit of anticipation for the stories. Obviously we're going to have main character and love in that one, main character and love in this one, main character love in this one, and main character love in this one. So it kind of makes sense. So that is why I would like to read it. I haven't got to it yet, purely because I think I got a little bit daunted by the fact that there's like 3 more in the series, and you know what I'm like, if you've seen any of my other videos, and literally what I'm speaking to you about today is that I have so many series I need to get to, and I am scared to get to them, despite the fact that books like these are going to be so quick to get through. Like, I literally read over 100 pages in an hour last night for this, so, you know, we can finish this today, it's not a big deal, and the same with the other 2, I'll get to them quickly. But these 3, I don't even know why I'm just holding this one, considering we might as well go through Wild and Wrangled 2 and Lost and Lassoed, but we'll go through those properly in a second. These 3 are mainly going to be read at home, cosy, autumn, end of November. I want to get to them before the Christmas season because I have a few Christmassy themed, cozier, festive-y books here, and I feel like I've said previously in other videos, I have absolutely exhausted this like romance trope thing, obsession that I've had, and I'm not feeling it anymore. So I'm hoping I can get through these before I really have absolutely exhausted that to the ends of the earth. But so far we're doing okay. So that was Swift and Saddled. Okay, so instead of ruining these 2 books and pretty much the end of this one-ish by reading the blurbs of these 2, Lost and Lassoed and Wild and Wrangled, the 3rd and 4th book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series, I'm not going to tell you what they are about because I feel like it would ruin it for me. But Done and Dusted was about the first Ryder sibling, Emmy, and her love story. Swift and Saddled is about the second Ryder sibling, Weston, and his love story. We have Lost and Lassoed, which is about Teddy, who is one of the family's good friends. Ada from this book went to college with her. Emmy from the first book is her best friend, and this is about Teddy's love story, which obviously will involve probably a Ryder sibling too. And then this last book is about Camille, who is Gus. He is the older of the Ryder siblings. His daughter Riley, her mother Camille, is Gus's best friend. This is about her love story, not with Gus. So that is where we're going with these 3, and I actually couldn't be more excited because I feel like they haven't just focused on the siblings, we're focusing on like the really bigger picture, larger family that the Rebel Blue Ranch location has created with Amos Ryder at the head. I honestly, I think these are going to be the coziest, cutest things ever, and I rarely read cowboy romances, so why not? Like, absolutely why not? I'm going to pop these at the bottom once I've talked about them, and then we can have a look at them again later. We're going to stick on the theme of books I need to read to finish a series. So next up we are going with Accomplice to the Villain by Nicole Maehrer. Maehrer. I have read. Okay, so I've got Assistant to the Villain is all the way on display at the top of my bookshelf, and Accomplice to the Villain is currently chilling behind here somewhere, so I'm not going to try and get it, but this is the third book in the Assistant to the Villain series, and one that I have been anticipating for so long. I haven't got to it yet because tell me that this writing isn't just absolutely tiny. Like, it is tiny, isn't it? Right, I'm not just tripping on that one. These have me giggling in my seat. These are like a fantasy comedy in the best way possible. So Assistant to the Villain was about Evie Sage, who went looking for a job and ended up being the assistant to the villain. Accomplice to the Villain ended up being about Evie Sage, who was the assistant to the villain, having to start those nefarious acts herself to help save the kingdom and unravelling facts about her mother she didn't know. But this Accomplice to the Villain is about Evie and her fulfilling this like evil prophecy or something. Oh, magical prophecy, not evil prophecy. Magical prophecy, and trying not to fall for the villain in the process. Like, why shouldn't I read it? It is around, not that long, you know, this is not a massive book. Don't look at the epilogue. It's about 355 pages, which is so beyond manageable, even with the small writing. These, I feel like I fly through because I enjoy them so much. Like, these are the kind of books that you pick up and then you just don't want to put down. That is the kind of vibes I want for the rest of the year, especially when I just have not been able to get out of this reading slump. I mean, obviously I want to read this because it's going to finish off my series, but also this is Kingsley, and he's a little frog that they've had throughout the whole book, and he doesn't talk, he just holds up like one-word signs, and if that isn't one of the cutest little like animal friends in a book you've ever read, then I don't know what is. Next up we have The Gingerbread Bakery. This is so far, I know it's not yet because I know there is more, but so far the last published book in the Pumpkin Spice Cafe series. I love this because this is about Annie the bakery owner. We have heard about her and Mac, Mr. Mac, the pub owner, throughout the whole series, and I feel like it's about damn time we hear Annie and Mac's stories. So we had the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, we then had the Strawberry Patch Pancake House, and now we have the Gingerbread Bakery, and then next up we have something about a bookshop, I think. Oh no, we had the Christmas Tree Farm third, then the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. This is the fifth, and there's about to be a sixth. Can I count? Pumpkin Spice Cafe, Cinnamon Bun Bookshop. Do we even have that? Lord knows. Christmas Tree Farm, Strawberry Patch Pancake House. Okay, this is the fifth. They're literally on the back. Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. I'm going mad. Right, there's also the apple pie ice cream flavour, which I know is a European exclusive short story, and I really want to get my hands on it because that came just before this one. There's also the Daisy Chain Flower Shop to come. How stinking cute. Yeah, the Daisy Chain Flower Shop is next. I'm so beyond excited. And so, like I said, this is about Annie and Mac, who, for all we know, throughout all of the other four books, have been squabbling, fighting, hating each other this whole time. But like, everyone's starting to think like, they can't just hate each other, there's something more going on here. And this is the something more, and I'm so excited. These books read so easy, they are beyond cheesy, they are beyond insta-love, and they are beyond like, and they are like just beyond. I feel like they're not realistic, but that's so okay, because that's literally why I read books, is to put myself in a different story. So here it is. This is 350 pages too. I picked such manageable books, she says, staring at the huge book right here. This is definitely going to be a Christmas read. It's got Christmas stuff on it, and it's gingerbread. The sweetest things are worth the wait. What a cute tagline. This, I definitely believe I will get to this year. I have to. I need to finish this. This cannot be a January read. Unlike maybe Accomplice to the Villain, which could be a January read. This has to be done before 2026. This has to be done in the Christmas period. You can hold me to it. Next up in the series, I need to finish. This is today's newest edition. This is the paperback Skyshade. We have oh my goodness. We have Lightlark and Nightbane sat here, and I have been putting off Skyshade because I didn't want to buy the hardback. Waterstones came through today, and we have Skyshade. This is basically about Lyla after her, Grimm and Oro were in that massive battle during Nightbane, and this is basically about her like fulfilling her destiny and all about her past coming to the future and the present, and like how that's going to end, and I couldn't be more excited. This also is literally 370 pages. This is a chunk. Like, if you hit someone with this, this would hurt this book. I do love this publisher for the way they publish things though. We've got some gorgeous corner art, and at the start of every chapter, just like in The Cruel Prince, it's the always book I come back to for the cute chapter art, we've got this. And I do love the fact that all the chapters are like named something. I believe this is the last book. Oh no, this is not. We've got Crown Tide. Okay, so I can't finish the series, but I can do my best by reading Skyshade. I have been so excited. If you have watched any of my other videos, I'll probably put the cards up here. I read Light Lark in one of them, in one of my summer videos from last year, and I read Nightbane, I believe, earlier this year. So we're not too far out. Now I do want to get to this one before Christmas because I feel like we're getting to the point now that I almost can't remember what happens in Nightbane, and that's when I know that it's an issue. Just like Shatter Me, I read the first 5 books, and there's a load of them, and that was in 2023 and I haven't finished yet. So if I want to carry on reading, I've got to read the last book again. And I don't want to do that with this, even though it's a fabulous book. I just want to get going. So we have Skyshade, and I'm so excited. Like I said, Grimm, Battle, Lyla, Battle, Oro, Battle. That was my knee. I want to read this because I want to get back into fantasy. I need to get back into this kind of high stakes, easy reads. This is what I was trying to tell you about the other week when I said I wanted a short but high stakes, like high brain capacity fantasy. This is it. This is 370 pages. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted, and we're going to read it before 2026. You can hold me to it. This is one of the ones I am going to read before 2026. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Love this. This is Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. This is the first in the Dark Artifices, but also the 7th book in the whole Shadowhunter universe. 669 pages long, and its epilogue is half a page. Having me on here, this book, these have been staring at me on my shelf for so long. Now, you know that in like every video at the beginning of this year and the end of last year, I had a Cassandra Clare book in it because I needed to read them. I wanted to read them, I wanted to get to them, and then I just got stuck after reading The Infernal Devices, and then I think I got confused between whether to read The Dark Artifices and The Last Hours next, but from the research I've done, it is The Dark Artifices. This is huge. Now this is the story of Emma Carstairs and Julian Blackthorne. So Emma is James's descendant. So James is one of the brothers of the Brotherhood. His story was in The Infernal Devices, in the first half of The Infernal Devices, I believe. Possibly the second, I could be wrong. But I'm not all that interested in the rest of this because I feel like the Mortal Instruments and the Infernal Devices were so interconnected, but also were so alike in their plots. Whereas this one is going more into like Emma and Julian being parabatai and they're another war, and I just don't know when this is set, and I just feel like I really need to sit down and get into it and get it done, or else it will be sat on my shelf for so much longer. This may not be a before 2026 read. You know I'm going to put it on here as a goal because I really want to get to it. I really want to get to this. I want to get to Lord of Air and Darkness. I don't even know what they're called anymore. There's so many of them. I have no idea. Anyway, this is the biggest chunk of the book I've got on my TBR. I got tea delivery. Thank you. I'm nearly done. And a biscuit.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, bye. How much fun. I got a tea delivery and a biscuit. We're going to save the biscuit or else I'm going to be chewing it all day long. But, oh, it's hot. Okay, let's let it cool down first. These I wanted to get done. Now, this is the issue with this series, right? Is that I have been putting off every big popular series in my brain until I finish this. I literally said to myself, you know these colours, you know what these books are. This is the Akatar series. Have I touched them? No, I have not. Why? Because I haven't finished this one. And now the only reason I've started this series first is because I loved the City of Bones movie when I was younger. Got that. Show what else I've got. Throne of Glass. Still haven't read that either, have I? Haven't finished the Twilight series. Oh, they're here. Queen of Air and Darkness and Lord of Shadows are the next two. Now, if you thought this was big, this is the 3rd book in the Dark Artifices series. That's like half my face width. Yeah, it is. That's the funniest thing. This is probably, oh my god, this is 870 pages. Huh? No. I'm not going to look at it again, but the last page of this said something about Clary, and we've not heard about Clary in a long time. Oh, now I have to read them. Righty, well, that is Lady Midnight. I'm daunted, I really am, but I also forget how much, once I'm into these books, I literally cannot put them down. I think this is definitely one of the best series I have ever read. ever read. Also, I am conscious of the fact that the lighting is slowly getting worse throughout this video, so bear with me. If I get to this before 2025, if I get to this before 2026, I would love for this to be like an evening cosy read, you know, like when you sit down you think, I'm gonna read for 2 hours. That is the book that this will be, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But that is one of my last books that I need to read to finish a series in this. Lastly, on books I need to read to finish a series, and you are all gonna laugh at me. You're all gonna laugh at me. Not only because I can't get it out of the car, but because I still haven't read Ruthless Vows. This has been on my TBR for so long and I just need to get it done. I read Divine Rivals between like literally finished it midnight or like 11:56 on the 31st of December 2023. It is now November 2025 and I have not picked this up. This has literally been sat on my shelf for that long. This is a YA, so this would fly through and I still haven't finished it, but this is basically what happens after Roman and Iris survive the war. Roman goes missing, I believe. Yes, he goes missing in Divine Rivals at the very end. He goes missing. Iris goes back to her house in wherever it is that she lives, continues to try to write to Roman, but Roman has absolutely zero recollection of any of him and Iris's kind of development in their love or development in their relationship, and they basically start again. I am quite intrigued. This tagline for this is 2 hearts, 2 journeys, 2 choices, 1 destiny, and I did thoroughly enjoy Divine Rivals. I thought it was an absolutely fantastic 5 stars, and these covers just make them so easy to think about. This I believe also has a war in it, and I do kind of like that fantasy love story war plot. Always have. I don't know why, but yeah. This is definitely, I think, we'll probably do the same thing again, read it after Christmas, last minute, 2025. I think I actually said the exact same thing about this last year. But this year I am going to do it. That is all the books I have for books I need to read to finish a series. So I literally have 3 left out of the 11 books I want to get to. We'll start with the biggest one. We have Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. The only reason I want to get to this because I am kind of daunted to read the Once Upon a Broken Heart series and the Caraval series, because that is like to me a 6-book series, whereas this is a one-off from all I know so far. And look at the sprayed edges. Are you see like how gorgeous? And look at this, just, I mean, yes please. It does sound really good. Now this is, according to the blurb, this is about a lady who goes to school and takes folklore classes. Now she has always been under the impression that magic is real, although it isn't. And so she meets some people, and this one person that she meets tells her never to trust anybody, that she has to be careful because everyone is out to get her. Now the question is, like, is that the person out to get her and she's double bluffing? Or is she right and there's other people out to get her? And essentially she has to be careful because she finds out everybody is lying to her. She doesn't know who to trust. I think that's really interesting because we have basically like a coming of age story in magic, and from what I've heard, Stephanie Garber is a wonderful author. And so I'd really like to get to that. I feel like this is very much a cosy Christmas book. This is 301 pages, so completely manageable, but really fantastical. And I love the cover. This is the main reason I want to get to it, I'm not gonna lie, to say that I have read a book near enough on its publishing date, because I think I got this like a couple of days after it came out. I obviously haven't read it yet because I've been doing a lot of videos, I've been away for work. It's been stressful, but I do want to get to it. So that's Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. I've heard mixed reviews about this, but I am trying not to read into it a lot because I want to make up my own mind about this. Let's try the tea. Okay, we have 2 books left, both Christmas/winter books, both literal other ends of the spectrum here. First up, we have The Winter Killer by Alex Pine. This was recommended to me by Megan. You all know I talk about Megan all the time. This was recommended to me by Megan. She loves Alex Pine's books. He's also written The Christmas Killer and The Killer in the Snow. Apparently this is fantastic. This is a good old English murder mystery. It says new year, new bride, new murder. Basically, midnight on New Year's Eve, bride's sister goes missing. She was furious earlier on in the day. Now she's gone. Now they're searching the body for a lake. Now they're searching a lake for a body. That's it, that's all we got. I love books like this. Really nondescript. They don't really give you anything in the blurb. It's pretty much second guessing the whole way through until you're like, oh my gosh, and then you get given pieces of it the whole way through and you're thinking, Yes please, tell me more. I also love these books too because they don't actually give you a lot until the end. I don't know Alex Pine as an author, like, about his books personally, but if it's kind of along the same vibes as all the other ones that I've read, I will be happy. I haven't got to this yet because just like all the other books on my TBR, it kind of got lost in the shelves. Come on then, you coming up? It couldn't be a Jess Reads video without Marjorie Jane, could it? You gonna sit with me while I tell the viewers about the last couple books? Pardon you. So just like every other book, it got lost in the ether. I've been meaning to read it. They read so quickly and I haven't gotten to it. This is going to be a just before Christmas read. I feel like week before Christmas this could be smashed through, absolutely. This is 350 pages, done and dusted. This is going to be a cozy on the sofa kind of read, I feel like. I love a bride sister goes missing on New Year's Eve book, you know? She's done a lot of socialising today, she's a bit tired. Night night, sleep tight. And last but by no means least, we have Hannah Grace's new book, Holiday Ever After. I feel like this is really Christmas coded. I have no idea what this is about, but I saw Hannah Grace's name on it, remembered I loved her writing, and thought, I'll buy that. I'll buy that now. So I did. From what I know, something goes wrong in the toy company and the main character Clara is blamed for stealing an idea off another toy company, and the guy, Jack Kelly, who is there to help the town of Fraser Falls help this PR nightmare, as it's named, he then has to interact with Clara and he doesn't want to do that because they hate each other. But then obviously they fall in love. I mean, what else would this book be about? That's all I know, but it has been blurred by BK Borison. Hannah Grace delivers sparkling small town magic in this festive feel-good bop of my dreams. I'm gonna pretend I didn't read that. It does look good either way. It literally says, Clara Davenport wants to solve Fraser Falls' biggest problem. According to Jack Kelly, Clara is Fraser Falls' biggest problem. I think that's hilarious. I feel like this is gonna be a bit of a Hallmark movie style book. If it's anything to go by off Icebreaker, Wildfire and Daydream, I feel like the writing itself is going to be good. I do like Hannah Grace's writing. I feel like it flows really quite easily off the page, so I'm not going to argue. This is 365 pages and that should be good enough for me. I'd like to read this before Christmas, maybe at the beginning of December, just to get myself in that cute cozy holiday mood. But yeah, this is the last of my books I'd like to read before 2026. There are so many that I don't think I'll get to this year, although I want to, because I've started to read books at like a book a week pace, which is so unlike me. I'm usually like a 1.5 to 2 books a week girly, and I'm struggling, and I think that is purely because of the change in routine, change in job, change in sleep schedule, literally everything. And so I've been struggling a little bit to get everything done and like sit and really put some time to myself and read, but I am getting better. I mean, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books, I guarantee you I will get through. So realistically, that's 7 books. I know I can get through these 5 for sure. I would also like to get, but this Lady Midnight is like a week, 2 weeks in itself, 2 weeks at least. So it's either 6 or 7 books of the 11, but I will do my absolute best. I really do want to get these done. If you have any suggestions that you think I absolutely need to switch any of these books out for, that you know on my Goodreads TBR that is always updated, please let me know, because if you suggest a book and I think hell yeah that needs to go on my TBR, I will take one of these off, because these are the books that I will be picking from now until the end of the year. These are the ones that I want to look at, unless something like magical, mystical, mystifying comes through. These are the ones. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, if you have anything to say about any of these books that you need to desperately tell me, please put them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want to read them with me, let me know. If you want me to do an update of whether I actually read these come January, do let me know, because I probably should be held accountable. So with that, thank you so much for watching this video, for spending the time to sit with me today and go through my TBR, and thank you for subscribing if you have. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. I really appreciate every single one of you that has done so, liked, comment, interacted with my videos. It means the world to me to know that there's people out there watching. So with that said, thank you so much, and I shall see you next week for potentially a reading vlog for these 3 books. That's what I'm thinking. That's what we're halfway through, so that's what we're doing. I shall see you then.